The LEGO Harry Potter 2021 sets were essentially leaked. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's Brickwoodtree, and I know I'm a bit late, but I'm gonna dive into this video. It's gonna be a bit impromptu because I haven't had much time to think about it, but I'm gonna share my thoughts about the new sets and why I wonder why the Deathly Hallows sets weren't included in this leak. Now, what we are gonna talk about is the fact that all of these sets are assumed to be 20-year anniversary sets. Now, I'm interested in this because I assumed that with every year we were gonna advance in the Harry Potter series. So for example, go from the book 1/movie 1 to the last movie/last book. So I find it a bit odd that on the so-called 20th anniversary from 2021 back until 2001, we're getting some interesting anniversary sets. I did the maths a few weeks ago and figured out that we are about only 12 actual years of LEGO Harry Potter, so there was a big break in between 2012 and 2018. So it's interesting to see LEGO apparently or supposedly celebrating the 20th anniversary of this theme. I'm not complaining because I think it's nice to get these monumental and special sets with the apparent gold versions of the minifigures, Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Voldemort, but I do think it is very odd. I reckon that they've basically taken all these sets from the ideas of just an anniversary point of view, not necessarily from a progressive through the narrative point of view, so we're not getting any particular Deathly Hallows sets here. The only ones I can see really linking to Deathly Hallows are the Hogwarts extension. However, that one doesn't seem to be too related. It just says that it's kind of focusing on the Forbidden Corridor from 2001 with Fluffy and all that. So I don't see this being majorly part of the Deathly Hallows release. However, there is this set, I believe it's the girls' bathroom, and then it includes the Chamber of Secrets in some part of it. I'm not sure, but this is just speculation, but I believe that there could potentially be a link with the Deathly Hallows and the 20th anniversary set, and then another one I'll talk about later, because it kind of relates in the fact that it's the Chamber of Secrets. This is obviously happening in the Chamber of Secrets, but it also happens in the Deathly Hallows when Hermione and Ron go down to the chamber to destroy Helga Hufflepuff's cup. So I find that interesting. Perhaps they're doing a Privet Drive-esque set or a Diagon Alley-esque set where they merge multiple elements from different films into one set, or this could just be a just Chamber of Secrets focused set. Another one of those I want to talk about is Hogsmeade. I know a lot of people are seeing this as a way to link the theme parks to the LEGO series, and I think that is obviously a part of it because Hogsmeade isn't too big of a part of the films and books in general, not compared to places like the Hogwarts Castle or Diagon Alley, which are much more significant to the viewing experience. But with the Universal Studios park turning it into an interesting and very significant part of the Harry Potter franchise, I think that is why they've turned it into a set, and perhaps to start making this theme park kind of line of sets. I've seen this with the Disney Castle and the Disney Train, so maybe this is their kind of version but for Harry Potter. But also I was thinking it could also be a link to the Deathly Hallows. Now, not only linking to the past, basically the whole series of films and books. Throughout the whole series, they go into Hogsmeade. Obviously, it's a bigger part in the Prison of Azkaban as we see Harry sneaking in there and go to Honeydukes, and it's also a big part of the plotline of the Shrieking Shack, so there's that. But also, it's notably shown in the Deathly Hallows Part 2, or in the books as well, where Harry, Ron and Hermione apparate into Hogsmeade and then go into the Hog's Head. Now, I think this could be an opportunity for them to link both theme parks to an actual part of the series, specifically the scene where they go in, and there's a potential for us to see the link here with Ariana Dumbledore and Aberforth Dumbledore, and then them entering into the castle through that portrait. Another interesting part of this leak is a supposed Hogwarts castle, but more importantly, it is the Great Hall. Interestingly enough, we've already got a Great Hall, so seeing this pop up again only 3 years later is really weird. I didn't think LEGO would be recreating sets from their original 2018 wave so soon, but I perhaps imagine this is a 20th anniversary version, so something about it might link back to the original sets. For example, I believe there is something about green roofs, which is something that featured prominently in the original sets, even going down to 2012 more recently. Also, I could see them maybe referencing back to those earlier sets with a less structurally sound style, you know, with the pillars and stuff. I remember that was a big feature of the old LEGO castles up until that 2010 revamp. so that could be an interesting part. Perhaps this may incorporate more play features to appeal to a younger audience, or to reference back to the more play feature centered versions of the castles and sets in general. That could be interesting to see how they link those two, or if this might even be a new take on the Great Hall. So this does present an interesting problem, or it might not be a problem in your eyes, but this could be the start of Harry Potter becoming like a Star Wars theme. And I say that in the way that we get so many Star Wars sets every year, every wave, and there's obviously bound to be some crossovers and remakes. We see a prominent few different sets that constantly get remade, like the TIE Fighter, the Death Star, Luke's Land Speeder, all that fun stuff. And so this may be the first glimpse at Harry Potter getting its first remakes and constantly getting new sets and improving upon the last ones, or in some cases not. But I think that is an interesting part of this leak that may lead to something else. I'm very fascinated by the fact that they're bringing back all of these old sets. It's something that I didn't really expect, and I'm really excited to see their new takes on previous sets. Like, as we've seen in the past, the old Slytherin set from 2002 is obviously being remade in this new version of the girls' bathroom set. Interesting name, by the way. We're going to see Crabbe and Goyle on alternate faces of Harry Potter and Ron Weasley, which is definitely a tie back to that original set. And may we even see them in yellow figure coloring? I don't think so, but that would be a pretty cool reference to those original sets. I do know that we have been alleged to be getting a Hermione cat figure, which I'm not gonna lie, excites me a lot. I know it excites a lot of people because it's kind of the funniest part of a lot of the Harry Potter universe. Seeing these weird and wacky things happen to these characters, having one of those actually transformed into a minifigure or a set is pretty funny. Like, we saw something similar with the Luna Lion head, which I think might have been Lego testing out that animal human morphing style. So perhaps we'll see something similar with that for Hermione, for example, a kind of movable or a detached head hat, or in this case head earpiece for the cat ears, and maybe even a double-sided face to represent her non-Polyjuice Potion version to her Polyjuice Potion version with her cat features and gross Polyjuice stuff. That could be definitely an interesting figure and an interesting set. Now, my thoughts on the 20th anniversary golden minifigures, I'm a little bit confused as to why they would be golden, because I thought that the reason why the Ninjago golden figures were golden was because there was a whole deal about someone being the green ninja and then Lloyd becoming the green ninja and then Lloyd then becoming the gold ninja. So there was this whole thing around the color gold, and gold was a very specifically Ninjago color. It was related to the plot line. However, the fact that they're making it gold for Harry Potter is definitely an interesting idea. I'm not going to abstain from getting these gold figures if they actually come out and if these rumors are true, but is this going to be like a Mr. Gold kind of situation where they're very shiny and everything's gold except for the black on the features on their face? Or are they going to do some weird, I don't know, I honestly don't know what else they could do with that, and I don't see it looking very good if I say so. I feel bad saying that. I'm interested to know if they will be including Harry as a gold figure, so for example Harry as his regular figure and then Harry as the gold figure, because I think that that would be the best way to go about it. First off, to make this a set worthy of someone who's a casual collector, not just there for the special perks and exclusivity of minifigures, and also for kids, because I don't imagine they'd find much use for gold figures really, especially when they don't look like any of the other figures in the set. But that could just be my opinion. And also, I see Lego slowly increasing the amount of minifigures they're not making exclusive to sets. We see Lucius Malfoy being released in these book sets that are coming out, and also Cedric Diggory in the Hufflepuff uniform from Diagon Alley also being released in books, as well as apparently now Harry from Diagon Alley in his oversized outfit being included in an advent calendar. I'm interested to see how they spin this advent calendar, because I really thought that they were going to go either the Slug Club era or the Christmas in Grimmauld Place, or maybe even a Deathly Hallows Christmas scene, although I'm not sure how they would do that. But this inclusion of Dudley in his pajamas and then Harry, and it seems all a little bit strange, like very mismatched, like someone's just sticking these characters in together that they think are interesting and not necessarily have any overall theme. I like the way that we had a general theme in the first two advent calendars with Harry and Ron being in their Christmas sweaters, Flitwick being specifically in his Christmas outfit, even if it isn't from the right movie, but it is still a Christmas outfit that we see him in the Goblet of Fire, and just the general Christmassy themes of these relating specifically back to the films, especially with the Goblet of Fire version last year, the 2021. We saw the Yule Ball set, which was specifically Yule relating to Christmas, so Yule Ball definitely worked out for theming. So I find this very interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how LEGO does this. Or however, on another note, I am very excited at the fact that we are getting another advent calendar for Harry Potter. I was a bit worried that we weren't going to get another one, considering that they kind of wore out all of the Christmassy themed things that we got. So for example, we don't see too much Christmas in the films like very prominently, so I was worried that we weren't going to get another one, and it's hard to change it up every time. It's very different to the Star Wars ones. As you see, they definitely take Christmas themes and put them into Star Wars, whereas Harry Potter, you take Christmas themed sets and ideas and plot from the movies and books, instead of just slapping a Christmas hat onto something or giving Poe Dameron a festive Christmas jumper like they did in Star Wars. They didn't really do that sort of thing in Harry Potter, so I was a bit worried about the fact that we might not be getting another one, but we are getting another one, and I'm very, very happy about that. Something also I'm happy to see is a range of characters that we haven't seen before. So we did see Dean Thomas in the CMF Series 1, but now that that's retired, seeing him again in the Hogsmeade set will be great. A good chance for anyone who missed out on that original CMF series to get Dean Thomas as a character. Also, the fact that we're getting Madame Rosmerta from the Three Broomsticks, and hopefully another version of Professor McGonagall, I'm hoping, as well as the Honeydukes owners Mr. and Mrs. Flume, will be very cool. I don't believe we get a specific look for them in the books, and there's probably like a split-second screenshot of them from the movies. I'll try and chuck that in if I find something, but those will also be really cool, hopefully exclusive minifigures to this set, considering it is like a kind of expensive set. 79.99 euros, which I'm assuming will kind of translate to a $120 Australian set. I can see this being very nice with all those figures, and hopefully at least a few of them are exclusive, because I do like my exclusivity in some of my sets. I'm sorry, suit me. I'm curious if they're going to reuse some of the pieces we got in the CMF series, for example the Butterbeer, which would fit perfectly in the Three Broomsticks, and also Moaning Myrtle. It says that Moaning Myrtle won't be featured in the girls' bathroom set, but that would be the perfect place to put her, and honestly, although I'm not a big fan of LEGO reusing minifigures, I think that would be the perfect set to have chucked her into. And it doesn't make sense that they made her into a CMF character if they were going to include a set in the next year that perfectly would have fit her. I thought that the CMF series was meant to be there for basically characters you wouldn't usually get, or LEGO finds odd to just chuck into a set. So Moaning Myrtle would have fit perfectly. Some more characters I'm happy to see are Colin Creevey and Lockhart. Now this is also a very interesting one for me. I'm happy to get Lockhart in a different variant. I'm thinking it's orange, another outfit for him. I love that, but again, bringing down the value of that original Diagon Alley set. And though I am happy that it allows people who didn't have obviously the 500 Australian or 600 or 300 US to fork out to get that set, to get Lockhart, it does obviously bring the value of that set down a bit, especially if we're getting rid of the exclusivity of Lucius Malfoy, Harry with the baggy pants, and now Lockhart. It feels a bit weird, but I am going to be happy to get Lockhart in hopefully a bit of a cheaper set and another version of him. Tom Riddle is an interesting minifigure. I had somebody comment in my comments that they didn't think that we were going to get another Chamber of Secrets set because we were getting a Tom Riddle in the minifigure book, which I recently got in my haul, and it's interesting to see him here. So I don't know why they would make him exclusive to that book and then bring out a set the next year which had him in it. So these are all my thoughts. This is very unfiltered. This video was basically just my thoughts and just pulling them out of my brain. So I hope you enjoyed, even if this is a little bit impromptu and unorganized. I usually try to keep my videos organized. But thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, please subscribe. I post Harry Potter content as well as LEGO commentary on things that I find interesting within the LEGO community and LEGO's releases. And also like and comment. Please tell me what you thought about these sets. I really am interested to find other people's opinions on this thing, because opinion, perspective, something new to bring to the table. If somebody has a reason for something that I didn't think of, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.